Hey folks, how's everyone doing? I'm trying to stop Brisket from eating my my internet cable at the moment. Right, so plans for today. There aren't that many plans. Basically, I'm waiting on some more stock to arrive. Oh God, I'm listening to myself. I can hear myself. There we go. Yeah, just waiting for some more stock to arrive. They should be arriving tomorrow. I've also got some extrusions from Nest arriving tomorrow, hopefully, and then we can actually get started on finishing up V1.6 and also starting on the electronics box build. Start timer. Don't need start timer just today. No start timer today. Actually, do one for an hour. Do one for an hour, and then we'll do the giveaway in an hour. Brisket, stop trying to eat my internet. This is the second time, bud. So yeah, plans for today. We've got a couple things that we can do. There's a bit of electronic stuff that we can talk over, but I want to actually do a little bit of live development and work on... Brisket, stop eating my internet, right? You're going out. Out, come on. Outside, bud. There you go. Perfect. Damascus Everglades, how you doing, bud? Also, hello to everyone. Hey, Thomas. Hey, Jose. Hey, Ormangand. And hey, Damascus Everglade, obviously. Yeah, so today was going to be a little bit of a weird stream. Nothing really got planned. If you've seen some of the videos recently on the channel... God damn it, you're annoying, puppy. Come on, if you're going to come in, stay in. Come on, bud. If you're coming in, you got to stay in. I swear, he is the most annoying puppy sometimes. Yeah. So if you've seen some of the videos recently that have been on the channel, some of the tool changer stuff, that's basically working. That's basically working. Right? So that is basically all set up and ready to go. And Bright, his name is BW Wright, but I call him Bright. On the team, he's been working on that. He's got a turret version working already as a prototype. He's just refining that version of it. Come on, bud. Look at this face. Look at this face. Look at this face. Right, I'm gonna hide this under your bed because I can't work under these conditions. Because he hasn't had any treats today. I'm out of treats, so he's been a pain in the ass. Right, give me 2 seconds. Let me get him some toys so that he's a little bit more settled. God almighty. Normally, you're really nice on stream. Normally, you just sit there and do nothing. But today, you're being a pain in the arse. Yes, Biscuit being Brisket today. He's being a real pain in the arse today. Yeah, so Bright's been working on tool changer version. That should be coming up around about the same time as V2 releases, hopefully. Maybe we might push it back to when V1.6 releases, but I'm trying to work on a stationary version of it. Because the way that Bright's version works is it's free spinning at one stage. And to be free spinning, it needs to be split into 2 parts. I'm trying to experiment to see whether or not I can get it to work the same way-ish, but instead of it being free spinning, it's only semi-spinning. So it moves a couple degrees, and then the drive dogs engage, and then it does everything it needs to do. You are a pain in the ass. Right, so hopefully that's what we're going to get doing today. Anyways, let me stop talking, and we can actually start doing what we need to do. Yo, again, how you been today, bud? What have you guys been up to? And as usual, guys, the more you speak, the more I can respond, the more fun we can have. Right. So, we can actually open up Fusion for a bit. Let's open up Fusion for a bit, and I can show you. Hopefully. Hopefully this works this time, because it was weird. It didn't want to open up on this computer the other day, and it still doesn't want to open up on this computer. Ah, that's a pain. Ah, that's a pain. See if the other version can open up. Why? Why does it do this? Why is it doing this? Strange. Right. Well, Fusion's a bust for today. Try again later. Playing Valheim with random internet people I met on Discord. Of course, the guy from Denmark is playing Valheim. A lot of day job these days. Oh, I'm sorry, Thomas. I mean, random, not really, just not people I met in real life. That's fair. Yeah. I don't think I've ever played online with anyone. Actually, no, that's not true. I used to be part of a clan on Ark Survival, but that was only for like a week. You should join the Valheim game. Oh, so you set it up through the 3DO Discord. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's nice though. I feel like Millennium should have like a Minecraft server or something like that at some stage. Because that would be cool. For those of you, actually, we'll get up the video. We'll get the video up of the tool changer. So the idea is it's kind of like the rapid change, but it works in a different way. So it's the same concept where it's collets and ER nuts instead of proper tool changing parts. So it's a lot cheaper than your typical one is. You don't need air for it. You just need a VFD spindle, VFD controlled spindle. Right, let's open up some YouTube. Oh, 3D Musketeers is live. Yeah, we're going to have very few people on today because Steve and Dan are live at the moment. And so is Grant and... what's his name? I always forget his name. What's the name of the guy who does... I can't remember. Anyways. Come on, go away ads. I don't want ads. Right. Oh, I put this on the wrong one. Where is it? Oh, is that? I didn't even know you left. Steve, Steve from Steve Builds, yeah. One of the admins of the 3DO server. I don't think anybody is not allowed to join. How many people are you allowed to have on? Also, 3DO is a filament manufacturer. This is what I never like. Discord communities for filament manufacturers. It just doesn't work in my head. Like, what do you talk about? You just say, oh, here's my print. Was grabbing the kids from school. Ah, fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Right. I have a... Oh, there it is. So confused. Why? I hate this mouse. This mouse is being such a pain at the moment. It doesn't like holding clicks. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Like, I can't copy anything with it or anything like that. Right, so this is the tool changer. So this is the one that Bright was working on. So the way it works is it's spring fed, but it's spring fed in two locations. So there's a couple of springs under here which help with the initial alignment, and then there's another spring just over here which is a free spinning spring. But these springs are quite hard to get in the UK for some strange reason. So there we go. It engages once it pushes everything down. The drive dogs engage, and then it lifts off the collet. And then the opposite is true as well. So yeah, that's what Bright has done, and it works super well, and he's made a turret version for it. But what I want to do is I want to actually I want to make it so it's a fixed version, so there isn't that bottom spinning bit, hopefully. 3DO is mainly mad and also parts filament vendor. Fair enough. All I know about drive dogs is that they're used in high performance race cars to engage the gears and transmission. Oh, cool. I want to try put a nozzle camera inside the dust boot of my CNC. Inside the dust. I can get it. I can get the nozzle camera like on an open one, but doing it inside the dust boot, you're just gonna get shit in the way. I don't see the dust boot version working too well. I can see the version just having a camera on the side, or if you didn't have that dust boot. Why do you have a dust boot anyway? Are you running without CASA then? Is that the plan for you? All right, let's get some tools and actually do some work. Oh, it's been so long since I streamed. I feel like every time I stream and I lose a few days, I lose everything. Like, I lose all the progress I made. I just don't, I stop getting used to it. It's a CNC router thing cutting. Okay, now I get it. So you just hear more for like control software and stuff. That's fair. Well, open to everyone. Open to everyone. Ooh, we got loads of people who just joined. If you just joined and you're in chat, make sure to say hi. Streams are always nicer when there's some interaction between lots of people. Zen, hey, managed to catch a stream. Hope you're good. I hope you're good too, man. I hope you're good too. Yeah, it's gonna be it's a different stream than we normally would. Normally we at least pretend to try and do a bunch of work. Normally we'd be doing V1.6, but I'm still waiting on that final plate to arrive. Give a thumbs up. Nice, thanks, dude. See, follow Zen. Follow Zen's. What's the word? I've forgotten the word. Just do the thing that Zen did. Like and subscribe. Work, isn't this just for chatting? Yes. Mostly, whenever you're around, young man, it seems to be that I never get any work done. So, not that I'm complaining. And then Thomas is just everywhere, all at once. He is like, you are like the god of, like, just an omniscient god of 3D printing streamers, just constantly watching, making sure that we're okay. Did anyone watch Nero's stream yesterday? You really could have cleaned the fingerprints of Casa during the last month. I could have. The thing is, to me, it doesn't actually look that bad. I think it's the glare coming from the light, because I have a light stand literally just here off my side to illuminate my side. And it makes it look way worse on camera. In actuality, it looks, like, it's not clean, but it doesn't look bad. Hey Steve, how you doing? Yeah, it was a fun stream. It was a fun stream. It was really weird because yesterday I had the day off as well, and I was gonna stream yesterday, but didn't because I thought it would be better to actually have something to do on stream rather than just chat and do nothing. I was playing Minecraft for the first time in like 3 or 4 years yesterday, and he had his stream show up, and I went, oh, I know this is going to be some kind of April Fool's joke, but I want to, I'm going to watch it anyway. And then he ended up playing Minecraft. I was like, this is really weird. This is really weird. I'm playing Minecraft at the same time that this guy is streaming Minecraft. And it's just so strange. The fact that those two things lined up on the same day. I only watched this stream. Oh man, fair enough. God knows why. God knows why you want to look at my ugly mug all the time. Great mirror image of Stealth Burner in Casa though. Oh yeah, yeah. My switch wire. Oh, my switch wire has been really intermittent. Like sometimes it'll print, sometimes it won't. And for so long, I've been trying to figure out what the hell it was. And I have a clicky probe on that, but because the switch wire is not a Core XY printer, you have to have an arm that comes out on a servo to let the clicky probe out. And I've been changing a bunch of little things, getting everything set up. And for like the year I've had it, I mixed out when you do the bed mesh, when you call the bed mesh, you have to call a little custom macro so that it brings the servo out, yada yada yada. And there's two macros that's part of that custom macro. There's servo in and servo out. And when I was setting it up initially, I got the two mixed up. So every time it has printed has been because it's failed, and every time it's failed to print is because it was doing the thing I asked it to do. So now it's set up, now it works, which is good because I've just had two printers go down. One of my P1S's has started being, it prints, but it started being funny about corners, and the corners are melting in weird ways, and it's not an overheating problem. And I destroyed the bed on my Voron the other day because I put an extra zero where an extra zero shouldn't have gone. So yeah, reverse day is every day. Yeah, pretty much. Right, so let's get you some close-ups as to what we're actually doing. We might actually get to look inside the mill today. I have a camera set up over there, but I also need to run an HDMI cord. And with this Muppet down here, wanting to chew on every single cable, that might be harder to do than we think today. But we'll give it a try. Z negative China. Yes, yes. Perfect. Oh no, don't look at me. So the whole idea is the drive dogs are built into the base of the machine. Sorry, at the base of the tool changer. Mine's a little bit different to Bright's one. Hey, Mr. Hans, how you doing, bud? So tool changer is built into the base. This bit actually clips half onto the fixture plate and half off of the fixture plate of V2. We'll probably do a similar version for V1.5, but V1.5 is easier to do because the plate covers the whole of the X. So whereas V2, the plate doesn't cover the whole of the X, so it has to overhang a little bit, which is fine. We just need to think about how that works. So each little port has a set of drive dogs, and you just basically add however many tool changes ports you want, however many tool cartridges you want, and they stick together with 6 bolts underneath. Now these aren't tightened all the way, so if you see, there's a little bit of rotation. So if you look at the bottom of the screws, there's a little bit of rotation there. All right, and that's to help with the misalignment, any misalignment of the spindle as it goes down, as the spindle knows as it goes down. So that should help on that front. Now, whether or not it will help enough, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I've already destroyed one of these today, but that was because of being dumb. So we'll give it a try. Doing amazing. Went back to the machine, the first back part of the HOY mod, and took pretty nice cuts for the first time ever after Milo was done. The part wasn't even lukewarm, though I did spray it with IPA. Is that a tool changer? Yes, it is. This is a tool changer. Well, it's a prototype tool changer. So, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, we have a tool changer. It's working. We just need to clean it up, and it's a lot more set up than this one is. So we're kind of on like the middle prototypes of that. This is kind of a similar concept, but also different in a few ways. Mainly, I don't have that free spin that the one we showed earlier on stream had. And this means that there's no likelihood of this piece coming detached and flying all over your chamber or anything like that. Not that the other one would, but I wanted something that was more stationary. So this is kind of my attempt at doing that. There's also like a little spring on the inside. So there's 3 springs that are in between these screws. So just there, there, and there, underneath this top plate. And that helps. So there's about 3 mil of travel as you push down in there. And that's the same size as an ER16 collet nut. So that would push down if ever we need to undo the nut or anything like that, or redo the nut. So hopefully this should work now. Now, I've already put a gouge in my bed from working on this today, so we're going to try and do it. Yeah. Omar, I'd love one of them myself. When you guys release it. Yeah. Like I said, it's going to be a while. I might actually show... You're going to see some private channel stuff for a little bit. So make sure you don't see too much, though. Right, you guys can get a sneak peek of what the Discord is like, what the dev Discord is like. I haven't set one up yet. Hold on, let me do some OBS shenanigans. I need to set up something. There we go. So this is the one that Bright had. He sent this to us this morning, to say that it was working. So this is his turret version. So he's using a servo for this, as far as I know. It's either a servo or a closed loop, because I think he's running Linux CNC. He doesn't run RepRap firmware, which is fine. And he's also using a 2.2 kilowatt spindle, which is ER20. So slight differences. Most people have the ER16 collet and nut. So we're going to develop that when we can. So yeah, so it closes up so that no chips can get inside. It's a really cool design. He did a really good job on that. And he dropped this on us. He came out of nowhere with this. Like, Bright is the one who does a lot of the documentation. If you don't know, he did like the wiring diagram for Sila and all that kind of stuff. And he does a lot of the other kind of documentation. Now, that's normally what we go to him for on the team. And he deserves a lot of credit because that stuff is hard to get right. Documentation is the worst part of any project. So yeah, but he literally said he dropped us a video one day out of the blue, like a week ago, and then said, I've been working on this, it worked great. And then yesterday he was like, oh, we've made the full turret system for you. Like, there was no updates on it. It was just, this is it, now it's done. It was mad, it was crazy. And it is really cool, isn't it? What kind of cam software would you use with that? Fusion 3 does not support it, and I am not compatible with FreeCAD. So, if you don't know, we have a post-processor script that introduces not tool changes back, it introduces rapids back. So if you don't know, the free version of Fusion 360 doesn't allow rapids, and a rapid movement is just the fastest you can move between. It's like a travel movement for a 3D printer. Rapids are to CNCs what travel movements are to 3D printers. The whole idea was that we could probably make a post-processor that further post-processes the script to make it compatible with tool changes again. just adds the tool changes back in. It's the software side. The hardware side's pretty much done. It's the software side that we need to worry about now. It's going to be a weird one to test because everyone on the team's got the paid version of Fusion, which is kind of weird. Will it work with Millennium OS? That's the plan. So it's not that hard to do a tool changer with RepRap firmware. The original tool changer, the E3D tool changer, that was with RepRap firmware. So it's not impossible to think that it could be done. Quick question, will you be selling 1.6 upgrade kits, and have you got a rough date for release? I don't know. We don't do the selling. We just put them out for companies. It's up to companies whether or not they want to upgrade things. So I can see the smaller vendors doing it, maybe not LDO. I don't think LDO will be doing that. Rapid verse travel movement. Sometimes it's almost as if people don't bother learning the terms that already exist. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's the same with feed rate. Whenever someone talks about speed in 3D printing, speed is something completely different in CNC. Speed is your RPM. Feed rate is what you would refer to as speed in with a 3D printer. I'm so lucky I'm at uni still, even though I'm studying computer science. Fusion accepted my uni email. Yeah, they're good like that. I had a Fusion account that was paid for by my uni for 3 years after I left that university. All right, let's get the camera up and running, shall we? Hopefully the asshole doesn't try and eat it. Also, it's just not long enough, so I'm gonna have to work around it. It's a bit awkward. It'll be fine. It'll be fun, like an obstacle course. Right, get that plugged in.
Ooh, right. That's not the best view, but once the door's closed, I'll be able to see it. Yeah, it was pretty. It was good. It was nice to have free fusion for a bit. How's that? Is that a better? No, that's a worse view. Ooh. Wow. Wow. These are the worst views in the world for what I'm trying to do.
I should turn one of my mics off. I only have one mic running. I'm confused. Oh, wait, give me a second. I think I know what it is.
There we go. Right, there we go. Got it. Sorry, first I'm using this camera.
I'm having a nightmare today. I am having a nightmare today with with stream. God, what is up with today? Right. I want that one. I want that one. Cool. We have a lot of fun. You have a lot of fun laughing at me, is what you do. Never become a professional streamer. It won't be fun. Yeah. Brisket, what are you doing, man? What is up with you today? You're never normally this excited during stream. Awesome. Right. I'm afraid with the door open, you won't be able to see anything. So I'll install this now, and then I can close the door afterwards. You'll be able to watch. You know when you design anything and you have to force yourself not to use a billion screws to hold the tiniest thing down? Yeah, I failed at that today. Well, yesterday when I actually designed this. There's like 7 screws. Well, there's actually 5. There's 5 screws that you have to put in just to bolt this down. You don't need 5 screws. 2 should do the job. 3's better. Anything above that is just silly. Brisket man, what are you doing? Puppy, what are you doing? Look at him. Look at him. Look at that face. Why are you so hyper today? Huh? Why are you so hyper? When I built my Milo, the audio kit had the wrong M2.5 inserts, so I put M3 inserts and designed adapters. So now, like, 6 screws hold one end stop. Oh, why didn't you just drill out the? A lot of people just did that. They just drilled them out. You can do that. What are you doing? Why are you ripping your bed up? Why are you acting so crazy? He's not a good boy right now. He's an asshole right now. He's an asshole right now is what he is. So only my Y and X have anti-adapters. There's no engineering like over-engineering. Yeah. What are you doing? Right, you're going out properly because I can't concentrate with you around. Right. Well, hopefully that makes it. Is there any other way? What? What have I missed? Is there any other way? What? Cool. I've just got a confirmation that's saying that my stock will be here tomorrow. So we can do some stock. I can get some stock. We can finish doing the 1.6 plate, the last plate that we need, and then we can actually finish the 1.6 build. Probably won't do that on stream tomorrow because it's really, really annoying trying to do any milling on stream. Right, so for my next trick, it'll be time to do the elusive G-code. The elusive G-code. Just a heads up, when I'm on this screen, I can't actually see any of the chat, so it'll probably be a while before I respond to anything. I can see it, but it's really far away. I have to kind of lean in. You always underestimate the strength of the materials you're working with, so stuff tends to become far too... Yeah, it's like things like... When you first start 3D printing, you think that, well, everyone tells you about layer lines and the strength of material and how it's not as strong as a homogeneous part or an isotropic part. So you kind of overestimate it, and you build like chunky 1 centimeter wide walls. Does it help if we shout? Actually, yes. Believe it or not, it's in a bigger font on OBS that way. Right. So I was doing some tests earlier. So I have a. Ooh, don't run that. Don't run that. No, we need to edit it. Right. Okay, what I want to do right now is I want to kind of split the. Currently, what this G code does is it moves over to the XY position. It moves the tool up so that you're not accidentally hitting anything. Moves over to the XY position, and then plunges just over, and there's a little dwell point. So that's what the Z dwell is up here. And that just means that there's a point at which it's not intersecting anything. And I believe that ends just here. So I'm going to make a little bit of split there. First thing I designed was an adapter so I could mount my monitors to. I'm just going to move to YouTube. So I could mount my monitors to a standard base mount. Biggest pieces of PLA at 100% infill, you can imagine. I think each of them weighs 300 grams. If it was designed proper, it would probably be less than 100. Yeah. I remember when I first wanted to build, I wanted to build the H-bot after I got my first 3D printer. It was an H-bot. And I remember just getting my brand new, well, it wasn't brand new, my used CR10 SE, and printing in PETG at 100% infill, because I thought that's what was good, that's what would make it the strongest and the best and the most amazing printer. I think I got 3 parts out of it because it warped like crazy. When you do lots of infill, parts warp like crazy. And then you can't use them, so what's the point? Takes longer, wastes more material. Yeah. You learn to do it over time. You learn the best ways of doing things of that. Oh shit, I made the same mistake first. Yeah. My first own design was a power distributor cover, and it had 1 centimeter thick walls with like 25% infill. Yeah. See, this is the thing I've come to realize. Infill really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The standards we have 3 standards at Millennium for printing. We have an aesthetic setting, a semi-structural setting, and a structural setting. The structural setting has 45% infill. When I print things for myself to do testing with, I bump that down to 20. Infill allows you to print nice top layers. Yeah, but again, the structural settings that we have on the Millennium profiles are 6 upper layers, 6 top layers. You could literally have 5% infill and it would still come out well because of the amount of bridging it does anyway, the amount of layers it has to do just to get that top layer thickness. It doesn't really matter what the infill is. It's all about walls. It's all about walls. But then you can go too far the other direction. If you're trying to print something and it's an ABS, the walls can warp in really weird ways if you don't have enough infill. So I stick around 20-25% for most things. The whole of my Trident is done with 20% infill. Never had an issue with it. Never had an issue with it. In any of the printed parts, that is. Right. Let's go back to the boring stuff. Yeah, so I want to stop here. I want to give it a little like go, no go stop. So I'm not a coder, so I'm just going to do what everyone else does from Stack Overflow, and I'm just going to steal it from another. Where is it? Yeah, tuning. Warm up. No, don't run it. I edit it. I'm just going to steal my little go no go tag from in here. There it is. Ah, I hate this mouse so much. I really need to get a new mouse. Yeah. Right. I'm stealing it. Stealing this. I'm going to put it over here. Right. I don't want any of the stuff that's on the inside of these. I just want to say it's safe to continue. Perfect. And so this would obviously not be here normally. I just want to make sure I get the right locations, and I've already got a location set up. So this is just pausing it before it does the rest of the before it performs the rest of the macro, so I don't just accidentally break something. Stop. Hammer time. There we go. Sweet. Right. Everybody clench your buttholes. Clench them tight. Let's see if it'll do it. Can't touch this. Please don't spin up. Okay, cool. So that's pretty much in the same spot it was before. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cancel that, and I need to get 2 more heights set up before I can actually do the actual spin up. And we're just going to do those by manually jogging down. Yes, I'm old. It's all right. I'm an old soul. I'm losing my hair, so. Right. So the way I'm doing this next bit is basically. Oh, I've figured something out. I can do this. Wait, let's see. Does this work? No, not that one. That one. Does that work? So I'm going to jog it down. I'm just going to be spinning this until that thread starts to engage. And that's going to be my top height. So I want a top height and a bottom height. So that's not engaging yet. If you can see that that nut's not engaging. And then is it engaging now? Yeah. So that's nut is now engaged. And if I kept spinning this, it would pull that nut upwards. So I'm just going to unspin it for now. So it's not. There we go. Right. So there's a little spring in here that compensates for if it presses down on the nut itself, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that Z height. So that's Z minus 112, which is the same Z height as I had when I originally tested it. So that's good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tighten this all the way up. Might need to grab a wrench for that. And you'll be able to see that the moment that it starts to wrench itself down, that nut will start pulling itself back up. And I want to make sure that it still tightens all the way through to the bottom of its travel. So if you can see now, because that nut moved up a little bit, the nut itself has started to spin instead of actually catching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly lower it down 1 millimeter at a time. And still tighten it up until I get full tightness. There we go. There we go. So I'm starting to get to the end of the tightness on here. I can start to feel that it's getting tight enough. There we go. So that should be the Z bottom height now. And that Z bottom height is at minus 119. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm going to go back into my little macro file. And the Z top height was minus 112, so it's the same that I already had. And it's minus 119 now. Cool. And I'm just going to comment this bit out. I forget. They're all different comments. All different commenting systems. Now, I know the next spot that I want to have a break in will probably be just after it's done its initial pickup. So I'm going to copy all this and I'm just going to do it again. Woo. Going to do it again right there, and that's just going to give me another stop, another break. Obviously, again, this would all be removed in the actual version. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to home. I'm going to home the Z-axis. Just the Z-axis. Actually, let's home everything. What's maximum cutter diameter that will fit in the tool changer? Maximum cutter diameter is based off of the collet that you're using. So if you use a collet from an ER16, a collet for an ER16, then you're going up all the way up to 8 mil. If you're using an oversized cutter, like a fly cutter or something like that, you'll have some issues with that. The bore that's actually on there is, I think it's 15, no, it's 12 mil. So the maximum you could get in there is a 12 mil cutter. It is one of the downsides of using a tool changer like this. You're kind of limited to straight shanked parts. Right, I'm going to take that nut off now and put it in the tool changer, and then we're going to send it and see if it picks it up. Is that wrench gone? There it is. Damn! Got 19 people. That's more than we usually have. See, this just proves people are coming for other people's brains and not for me. I got plenty of hair, more than my wife anyway. What? How does that work? Oh, are you a proper Viking? Do you have proper Viking hair? Oh, that'd be cool. No peeping. Cool. Right. I'm going to trust my own macro writing here and leave the door open so that you guys can actually see what's happening. Actually, no, I'm gonna semi-close the door. All right, semi-closed, so I'm semi-safe, and then we can run that macro. We came for brisket, staying to see chips being made. Nice. Fair enough. Brisket got kicked out, so you're free to leave. No, I'm joking. Stay, I'm lonely. Right. Fingers crossed. 3, 2, 1, contact. Right, okay, cool. So it did the initial pickup, which is good. All right, I'm gonna cancel the rest of the macro for now because the RPM was way too high and I forgot to change it. Whoops. Sweet. All right, so that's the initial pickup. The initial pickup works. We know the initial pickup works. Perfect. So the next part of this is editing the RPM down. I need to edit the RPM down. What's it at? It's 1,800. I'm just going to do it to 1,000 for now. Right. And then it will run the second part of this macro. So what it does is it does the initial pickup at top height, and then on the second go, it does it at bottom height. So that bottom height should be, the bottom of the Z height should be -119, but it does that much quicker. Right, so I'm gonna get rid of this bit. What was it? There we go. I swear my eyes get so bad in this room during streams. That was optimistic but impressive. Yeah. Optimistic but imprecise. Yeah. Both are true. Both are true. Right. So let's reset. Let's reset because we're doing the full macro now. Right. It's done the initial pickup. I'm just going to take that nut back off. Close it up. Take it back over to the inside camera. And then we'll play that macro all over again. But this time, we'll do the full one. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, so it's going to go all the way up. So it always goes all the way up wherever it is. And that's just to protect it. What on earth? Oh, fuck. I've cross-threaded it. No! No! Cross-threaded it. The worst thing that could have happened has happened. Alright, let's see how much damage there is. Thumbs Ed. You really got to get the XY position quite precise. Otherwise, there's the potential for this to happen. What I am going to do is I'm going to see if this might help a little bit. I'm going to just make sure there's a little bit of lubricant on the nut itself. Because this is quite dry. And hopefully it means that you'll slide in a little better. Yes, I know WD-40 is not a lubricant. Go away, stop being pedantic. Cool. Let's run that again. Is that little screen running from my Osmogo? This one here? No. So this is a BTT Pad 7. It's got a Raspberry Pi in it. And it's just running... It used to run Manjaro, but I was having some issues with Manjaro. So it just runs Raspberry Pi OS. And all that Raspberry Pi OS does is allow me to use Google. And from Google, I just SSH. Sorry, I don't SSH. I just join the IP address that I just look up the IP address that the board is putting out. Yeah, it's a really simple way to do it. It's basically a whole computer just on the screen on the front. WD-40 lube's fine. Yeah, but then you get pedantic people who are like, oh, it's not a lubricant, it's a water displacement. It's not actually meant for you for lubricating. They say it in that voice too. Right, 3, 2, 1, go! Oh no! Camera's being weird. You guys missed all of that because that was genuinely so smooth. Where can you get? So they're just from B2T, same guys who make Siler, and then you'll need a Raspberry Pi. They do come with. They do come with a what's it called? Rigged. What's rigged? Magic. Yeah. The camera cut out just as it did the whole thing. I think what I've actually done is I've melted the inside of it, because that's not tight at all. No, I mean, no. All right, let's do that again. Let's do that again. Close the door before something goes wrong. Hey! Why is my camera being all wacky? You saw it this time at least. You saw it this time at least. Right, that worked. I did something! I achieved something! I'm not useless after all! Camera flakiness had me worried. Yeah. I don't think it's EMS. EMF. EMS? Yes. EMF. Can't speak today. We demand a redo. Nice. Carl, V2 and Atlas News. It's the 2Q of the year. Yeah. V2, we sent all our stuff over to LDO. I'm waiting for them to get back to us about sending us some test kits, potentially. I can't really do very much more until the electronics box is done, because we'll send the electronics box over to them as well. Once all that's all done, yeah, we're on track to do a Q2 pre-orders, possibly, maybe an early Q3, from what I've told. The best guy you can ask is actually in chat right now. Right? His name's Jose, right? And his last name sounds like a river, so you can always ask him. Awesome. Right, so I'm going to do a really unscientific test now to see how much torque has been applied to it by just trying to break it with my hands. Yeah, so torque is still quite low. The nut's not actually torqued down. And the way we change that is either, there's two ways we can do that. We can run more plunge cycles, which is what I'm going to test first. So basically just copy pasting it however many times. We'll do it 3 times just to get, because it's not science unless you do it 3 times, isn't it? If you haven't noticed, I am not a code guy. This is all like, this is stuff that I normally don't do on camera because I get really embarrassed by how little code knowledge I have. Right, so effectively this is just going to run that plunge 2 more times, but I'm going to get rid of these lines in the middle because those will turn the spindle off. I don't retain syntax very well. I know what I'm looking for whenever I do code and how to do it, but things like G-code names, things like, oh, G28 is home, stuff that most people learn over time just never sticks in my head. So I have to constantly remember, oh, this G-code does this G-code does this. Oh, I need to look at this up again. I don't have that reference knowledge in my head. Cool. All right, let me check chat real quick. Check the chat. Time's up and I have to leave since I have a long drive to get to work tomorrow. So have fun. Awesome. The whole time. Right. First of all, Jormungand, no worries. Have a nice rest of your day, bud. Thank you for coming as always. I'm going to give everyone 5 minutes to sign up. There is a link down in the description for a to enter to win some Ambrosia Filament. It is UK only this time. All the American ones have gone, unfortunately. But if you live in the UK or you know someone that does live in the UK, enter yourselves down in the description to win a spool of Ambrosia Filament from West 3D. And I'll make sure it's opened up. Resume collecting. There we go. We're accepting responses again. Right. Hold on. Wait for responses. Sheets. Alright, there we go. Yep. Right. If you've already signed up, please do so again. Down in the description. There we go. We've got 1 person in. We've got 1 person in. Nice. Awesome. So yeah, Atlas is probably end of year we start work on it type thing. V2 gonna be soonish, I guess. Stuff's moving. It's just moving slowly. Right. I trust this enough now to have the door open. I'm gonna hope that cures the EMF issue that we were having. If it was EMF. Ms. Towns, by the way, I'm planning to do some epoxy granite filling of parts of Milo. I was thinking to fill, for example, the extrusions with a little bit of epoxy granite, then sand, then epoxy. Would the sand reduce vibration fall? I wouldn't do epoxy sand. All I would do is just mix the two together and do it like that. It will reduce vibrations. It's what we have on it's what we have on the Z-axis of the V1.6. So This is the heaviest Z-axis I've ever done because the extrusions are filled and it's got a big triple FMJ stack on the side. It will help reduce vibrations. Any weight you can add to Milo is going to be good weight. It's going to increase performance. Any weight that you can add. The issue is more that filling those extrusions can get really messy really quickly. I did it once. Don't think I'll ever do it again. I'll still do the epoxy granite box because that's easier to fill. The one that we have, the little ballast box that we have, but I won't do the extrusions again. But if you're willing to do it yourself, go ahead. Awesome. Back to this. That's what I was looking for. Oh no, I don't want you to see the screen. I want you to see the actual thing go. Right, so this time it's the same test again. I'm going to stand around the corner a little bit, but this time we're just tripling the amount of plunges that we do at the end. So I'm going to go all the way to the top. My hand is over the e-stop. That did not sound good. Yeah, there's definitely EMF. That is definitely some kind of EMF stuff, because it happened the moment the spindle turned on. It happened the moment the spindle turned on. The moment that spindle turned on, that camera started going. But the noise was not great, and I'm pretty sure we may have stripped the plastic part itself. So we'll double check. What I'll do is I'll just lower this down. Oh yeah. No, it didn't sound very good. It definitely didn't sound very good, but it is still engaging. The nut is still engaging in there, so it's not stripped out. It's not stripped out, which is good. So now we're just going to perform a little bit of a unscientific torque test. I'd say it helps. I say that definitely helped a little bit. That definitely helped a little bit. Definitely helped a little bit. Definitely helped a little. Does anyone have any suggestions? Because I don't. You can feel the inside of the bore is starting to melt out a little bit. Or is that just the geometry? I don't know. Let's boost the RPM this time and see if that helps. Let's take the nut off and boost the RPM. I've just realized something as well. I should probably not have a collet in here whilst I'm doing this. If you don't know, you should always have a tool either loaded or the collet taken out. Reason being, mostly that if you... I need to have a collet in though. Yeah, it's just ABS. It's just ABS. There are some steps, like there are some little steps that are built into it, so I'm not sure if I'm feeling the steps with my finger, or if I'm feeling where it's started to melt the plastic. I'm pretty sure that those are the steps and not just melted plastic, but we'll have to see. We will have to see. Right, I need to have a collet in there because the collet is actually what's Do I need to have a collet in there? I'm going to do it without the collet. I'm going to try without the collet, just to save the collet's life a little bit. And I also want to see what it does, if it actually does anything. So this time we're gonna boost the RPM. So we were at 1,000 RPM. We're gonna go up to like 1,200 now and see if that helps. Well, torch test time. Yeah, exactly. I don't think doing it more than twice actually helped, so we're just gonna do twice, the tightening twice, see if that helps. Alright, so I'm just going to get rid of these two lines here. Because that just repeats it for the third time. I don't think we'll need that third one, but we will change the RPM. So variable RPM 1200, that's 200, 1200 is what I want. Awesome. And then I'll hold the camera this time over here. I've never had anything cause EMF. Like, I've never had EMF issues before. Right, so... Oh, that EMF is so bad. Like, I'm 3 feet away from the machine when I was filming that. I was 3 feet away from the machine when I was doing that. I was 3 feet away. And it still went out. God, that's annoying. I'm trying to film over here. God. God damn it. See, I'm wondering if 1.5 kilowatts is too little power, because the one that Bright is using is 2.2 kilowatts, but I don't know if it's an 8-pole one or not. Right. Let's do the test. Let's do the test. Did that help? That was definitely better, but I wouldn't say... Okay. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What... I need some suggestions here on what we can modify. I'm gonna put a G4 between here. G4. Let's put a 1 second delay, so that's 1000 milliseconds. There we go. And I'm just gonna do the same over here as well. Right. And then I'm going to stand way back when we do it this time. The thing I'm thinking is, between that first and second plunge, the RPM it doesn't have enough time to get back up to speed. The spindle doesn't have enough time to get back up to speed, so yeah. Alright, let's try that again. I'm going to stay way back this time. Just stand way back. Oh, I might actually want to take the nut off first. Whoops. I need a measurement to see how tight it actually needs to get. Right. Cool. 3, 2, 1. Contact. Whoa. A meter. What on earth? Right. That's really bad. That's really bad. So there's no way. Oh, come on. I bought this HDMI just to be able to film some milling for you guys. But that EMF is so bad. What gets me is that doesn't affect anything else other than that camera. It's not affecting anything else in the mill. It doesn't affect the computer. It's just affecting the signal that's coming from the HDMI. I call it sorcery. The first round, it caught it. Is there any static electricity buildup? Potentially, but all the cables are routed outside of the enclosure. It was inside the enclosure the first time. Is it the cable? Yeah, so the cable has been moved away. So the cable was right up against here before, right down here, which was closer, and now it's floating on the floor over here. Oh, there's the power cable, which is coming out from this bit here. I'll move that out the way and see if that helps. Right. So that was with the delay. That was with the delay. Let's check tightness. Oh, yeah, that's definitely tighter. Definitely tighter. Definitely tighter. Can the camera run on battery? It can. I don't think I have a battery that's charged, though. You get a quick close-up of my face. I don't think I have one that's charged. It's the only camera battery I have. I do have a portable power bank, though. Right, if we're going to do this, we're going to have to do it quick. Because... Right. No! No! Ran out of power. This battery exhausted. Nope, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Oh, that's a pain. That is a real fucking pain. Let's see. Let's try and move the cable further away and plug that into the power bank and see if the power has anything to do with it. Where can I read about the other projects like V2? Look at the website. That information doesn't get posted until it's ready, effectively. Once we're finished with the documentation, it's fine. If you have any questions, though, let me know. I'll try and answer them. Could record a clip with mobile and post to server. Yeah, can do. That's a good idea. We'll try this one more time, and we'll try this one more time. And hopefully this works. Soon. Hashtag soon. Right. let's try this. Hey. Hey, that worked. It was the power. Success. Great success. Great success. Perfect. Yeah. That must be because it's got dirty power from somewhere. Who knows? Yeah, I was wondering quite because I've never had any EMF issues with anything. Never had an EMF issue with anything from this machine before. Right, it's tight enough that I can't undo it with my fingers. And I'm inclined to think that the moment it hits any stock when it's being tightened, when it's milling, the moment it hits any stock, because of the rotation of it, it's probably going to tighten itself up. But I don't know whether or not that's enough. I don't know whether or not that is enough to say that it's safe at this point. But tight enough to trust it to mill. Yeah, that's the issue I'm having at the moment. All right, let's test it. Nah. I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to try and go to max travel this time. I'm going to try and go to max travel. Oh, it's min travel, technically. And see what that does. I'm going to see what that does. So... we're currently going to minus 119. There is a little bit of give in that spring, so I'm going to go to minus 120. And see if that helps. I'm also going to give it another second to spin back up. I've got quite a slow acceleration time programmed into my spindle. But that shouldn't matter too much because, it takes 10 seconds for my spindle to get to full RPM. But we're not going to full RPM. We're going to 2,000 RPM. We're not going to 24,000. It shouldn't take that long. All right, what's everyone saying? First things first, let's catch up with. Is it an 80mm spindle? Yeah, it's an 80mm. It's the one that comes with the LDO kit. I came in late. Is this the 1.6? No, this is. Well, we're using we're using V2, but we're messing around with a tool changer. And the tool changer is going to be universal to whatever machine that you need. I am going to change that little bot because the bot's going a bit too often. That bot and chat is going a little bit too often. But anyways, let's do the fun part. Let's do the fun part. All right. So, what we've changed, parameters that we changed. We have made it so it goes a little bit deeper inside. Giggity. And we've also made it so that there's a little bit more time for it to spin up. So, just so I can watch this back later and if I need to. Right. 3, 2, 1, contact. What on earth just happened? It didn't do the initial pickup. Why did that not work?
Why no initial pickup? Why no initial pickup?
Why you do this? Why you do this?
I didn't change anything on that. What? I'm so confused. So confused. Alright, I'm just gonna home the Z. Make sure. Oh, that was a big improvement. That was a huge improvement. That was a huge improvement. Still not tight enough, I'd say, but definitely along the right tracks. Definitely along the right tracks. So there's one thing that we could try and add. We can add a dwell when it gets to the bottom. So it dwells for like half a second before it shoots back up. That might be something we do. That might be the trick here. We might, if we add that dwell at the bottom of travel. All right. I'm only going to do it for the second. Why? Right. So, let's explain it. Let's go back to the start. Let's go back to the start. We have the initial pickup, which does sometimes work and sometimes not. We have the secondary. We have the first tightening, and then we have the secondary tightening. During the first tightening, it goes straight in, straight out, dwells, and then straight in, straight out. Again, the idea that I'm having is we keep the first one the same, but on the second straight in, we then have a little bit of a dwell where the spindle is still spinning for a split second more before it comes back out again. Right? Thumbs up in chat if you think that is probably something we should try. Thumbs up in chat if that's something we should try. Right, let me know if you think, and if you think it's a really bad idea. Tom's got to go. We'll catch you tomorrow. Have fun. No worries, dude. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for coming. Right. Jose thinks we should try it. Does anyone think it's a really bad idea? Does anyone think it's a really bad idea? Oh, we're all thumbs up. We're all thumbs up so far. Okay, gonna do it. We're gonna do it. You've convinced me. Right, so this is the initial plunge. These three lines here are the initial plunge. So I'm just gonna separate them so we know that they're different in some way. Also just gonna get rid of, oh, I hate this fucking mouse. I have a spare mouse. I should just go get the spare mouse. Right. I'm just splitting these up so I know where to put comments. Like, this is the initial plunge. This is not. Right. So this is where that G4 would go. Is G4P? Yeah, it's G4P. I'm gonna put it at 500. Right. After it destructs, I will say yes. That was probably a bad idea. Yeah. Always wait until it explodes to then turn to your mate and go, well, that was fucking stupid. Right. I need... How long do you think is a good delay? Do you think half a second is good? Do you think okay, should we have more than a second, sorry, more than half a second but less than a second, or less than half a second, right? What are people's feelings on this? So let's do this by vibes. Let's code through vibes. Let's code using vibes right now. Do we think that we need more, or do we think that we need less time? Less than half a second. Suggestions in chat. Oh, should we go? Actually, should we do the 420? Should we do 420 as a as an amount of time? Yes. The answer is yes. You were at how much of a delay before? There was no delay before. There was no delay before. So there's... Right, less. Okay. I am gonna... So less than half seconds. So that's 500 milliseconds. Cool. So that means we're straight in the ballpark to do 420. Let's do 420. Right, let's take the nut off. No delay equals coming in hot. More delay gives you time to contemplate your life choices. The delay isn't so. That's the thing. The more delay, you actually got the wrong way around. So the more delay, the more time it spends getting tightened. And the less delay means that it's not spending as much time getting tightened. Yeah, less would probably be better to start with. Yeah. This is destructive testing because I can feel the inside of this getting more and more busted as we do more tries. That's fine. How good can you see? No, that's pretty bad. We'll keep the window off. Come on, focus, you fuck. There you go. All right. Oh, frozen. What's happened here? There you go. We're back. Technical difficulties, as per the usual. Right, 3, 2, 1. Contact. Yeah, it's completely stopped. Whoa, that did not sound good. Yeah, we are shredding it. The thing is here, right? If we're working against the stall, we can go lower RPM. We should actually be able to go lower RPM now with a higher delay. Yeah, right. Let's see if that's helped. I think that will help. I think that this has maybe helped a little bit. Oh yeah, that's a massive improvement. That's a massive improvement. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the RPM a little bit, but I'm going to up the amount of delay that we have spent inside of it. I also want to see why it's not doing the initial pickup anymore. because the ideal is actually that it stalls the motor. Well, it not stalls as in it throws a faulting, like a stall fault on the VFD, but stalling in terms of it's trying to go, but it's not actually moving. Because if you can hear it going as it plunges in that second time, that's because what's happening is it's still spinning. It's still trying to spin, and it's causing the walls to grind away slowly. So the middle ground is we don't want the walls to grind away, but we also want the RPM to be high enough to give us more of a more tightening, more, yeah, you get what I mean. Right, so we're gonna bump this up to, let's say 600. I'm gonna lower the feed rate to, you know what, let's go all the way down to 800. Let's go all the way down to 800 and see if that helps. Right, how long have we been on stream for? How long have we been on stream for? It has been an hour and 40. Okay, this is longer than our normal streams are. Longer than the normal streams are. Right, so I'm gonna go for like 5-10 more minutes. Hopefully we can get a few more runs in. Once that's done, then we can mess around. Then I'm gonna call it a night because I said so. Yeah. Because I'm hungry. I'm very hungry. Really, really hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet. Right. I feel like this is the most mad scientist stream we've had. Like, I'm actually bouncing. This is actually really cool. I really like this. If that's weird, then sue me. Ah, we forgot to change one thing. We forgot to change the initial pickup height. I wonder what's caused that pickup height to stop working. Alright, let's lower it by 1 mil for now. Actually, let's lower it by 2 mil. It's going to 114 now. Right. Come on, focus. Go. Alright, it's done the initial pickup this time. Okay, so that grinding's still there, right? I think what's happened is it's worn down a lot already on the inside. It's already worn down a lot. So it might be worth reprinting that and then starting the tests again. I need these. Yeah, that feels less tight than last time. Feels less tight than last time. We need an open source spindle for tool holders. Maybe the tape can be made when mounted on the machine. An open source spindle. Do you know how expensive spindle making is? It is a science. I get that open source is a thing, but you're not making something that's open source and cheap. It's just not happening. Yeah. They do make cheap tool holders. There's a tool holder adapter. There's a tool holder adapter that's like $500, and it just goes onto an 80mm spindle body. But the run out on it is awful. If you're using it on a router, fine, absolutely fine. But on something that's meant to be precision, the run out is actually really bad. It's one of those things that I don't actually mind it being a closed source thing, because spindle making is hard. And I don't trust outside third-party manufacturers who are just making it as cheaply as they can to do it. Also, it's a big investment to make spindles. It's a big investment. What are you trying to get out of the open source part of it? Like, other than the fact that all the documentation's there, there's no real benefit to going open source with a spindle specifically. Like, what benefit are you actually looking at getting from going open source? Because no one's going to be making a spindle in their garage. Literally, no one's making a spindle in their garage. They might make a milling machine, but no one's making a spindle. Awesome. Okay, right. So, plan. I might be streaming tomorrow. I might stream tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be making some parts tomorrow. Might do a stream for it. Hardening and grinding and expensive bearings, I guess. So too much. Yeah, it's way too much work for a single person to do. It takes an army to build just a single spindle. Right. So I'm going to try and stream tomorrow, hopefully. I'm going to replace the actual inside of that cartridge, and I'm going to perform all the tests that we did at the end where we saw the results, but on a fresh cartridge, just to see if it's the cartridge that's the issue. Other than that, I hope you guys all have an incredible evening. Oh, actually, no. Before we do that, I have some other stuff I need to show. We have a spool to give away. Right, you have a few more. You have 1 minute. 1 minute to enter to win yourself a spool of Filament from West 3D. It is UK only at the moment. All the American spools have been given away already. You have 1 minuto. Right, there's a link down in the description. If you want to win yourself a spool of AMBROSIA Filament from West 3D, go ahead and enter. If you know anyone in the UK and you don't live in the UK yourself, but you want to give it to someone, enter yourselves as well. Awesome. If anyone has any other questions before we end off, just let me know. Thanks for streaming this. Def, super interesting. Yeah, it is. It is. Like, this is my mindset. I get really like ADHD and autistic when I'm actually like developing something. And it's not normally a side of myself that I show off on camera much, because it's really weird. It can be quite off-putting to some people. So doing this, where you're actually in the middle of the development, is what really excites me. I like building machines as well. The building machines is the fun part for me, but there's a difference between something being fun and something being exciting. Does anyone get what I mean? Hopefully people understand what I mean, and I'm not just shouting bullshit at you. But yeah, cool. Right. Yeah. Yay! People understand me. Also shelled my belly off like 5 times this stream. Needs to put my trousers up. Awesome. Let's do some AMBROSIA giveaway stuff. Right, I'm going to close the... There are 4 responses so far. 4 responses. So you have a 1 in 4 chance of winning yourself a free roll filament. Where is it? Right. Unpublished. Responses. Shoots. I have a list of names, Mr. Bond. A list of names, yes. Right, so we have a Drifter KY, a Steve Knobs, a Straw Dog, a David White in the giveaway today. Cross your fingers, spin the wheel, and let's see who gets it. Oh! Right, Steve. Well done, dude. Congrats, you won yourself a roll of filament from Ambrosia. Sorry, a roll of Ambrosia filament. If you're in the UK, you'll be getting an email from Dave at DMS, because he's the official reseller. If you want to get yourselves a roll of filament, go to dms.com as well. If you just want to buy one yourself, the Ambrosia stuff is actually really, really nice. Right? DMS is the official reseller here in the UK. Good stream as always. Oh, Collie, you're late and we're just about to finish stream. Sorry, buds. Oh yeah, I was excited when I did a small mod on Milo from scratch. It works. Yeah, it's exciting. It just gets me amped. Perfect. Right, thank you all for coming. I will catch you guys either tomorrow or the day after or whenever I can get some time off from work. I hope you all have a great day. Bye.